Here we have a 2007 Mazda 3, and it let my wife down once again. This time the fuel pump died on her. I have since replaced the fuel pump. However, this new fuel pump is making a very loud noise. I think I did something wrong in the install. So I'm biting the bullet. I'm going to take it all apart. I'm going to bring you with me this time, and we're going to figure out what I did wrong and how to do it properly. And also the check engine light came on. It was something about incorrect fuel purge flow. You know, just the typical emissions one. So I'm going to start it up. Alright, so hopefully you'll be able to hear this fuel pump noise. It is quite the noise. Let's start it up. So I just showed you the gas tank. It is, honestly, it's kind of noticeable. Inside the car, it's pitch black, of course. There's a little light. Yeah, it's a little noisier than it should be. Let's take it apart, let's figure out why. And of course, now there's no check engine light. I did scan it, the code is still there, just it's not turning the check engine light on for whatever reason. We do have the gas tank, just about a quarter tank, so that's gonna be nice. So on these cars, we have to drop the gas tank. Alright, let's just get to it. And just like that, the car is up in the air. Let's get under there and undo what we got to do. So basically the gas tank is held on with just 2 straps. So we got on this car it's 3 bolts. Got to do that and then remove anything else that's in the way, and then the hoses. Okay, so under the car you see 2 straps. They go up there. This is towards the front of the car. Both the straps interlap onto one single bolt, then they both come down 2 separate bolts. So you got one in the back corner towards the rear of the car and one on the other side. Super easy to tell. And then we have this heat shield that needs to be kind of bent out of the way. So I just took off the necessary ones. We're gonna fold it and hold it out of the way. And now we're good to just take everything off, drop the tank. Alright, almost forgot an important step. We gotta relieve the fuel pressure, otherwise it's gonna spray like crazy. So I just unplugged the fuel pump fuse. We're going to let it start, and we're going to let it die, so the fuel pressure relieves itself, so that way it doesn't spray when we release the fuel lines. There we go. Just going to do that a couple times. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, next up, the hose for the gas tank filler neck, and then there's an emissions line. This might be some sort of emissions line. That would be these 2 hoses you see right here. Can't really see the hose clamps, and don't think I'll be able to show you guys either. So yeah, just gotta get my hands in there and undo the hose clamps. They're just regular style, either Phillips head or just a 10mm. Alright, sorry about the lighting, but this is all I got right now. So took the back seat off and then took the little cover off, fished the wiring harness out. Now I just got to disconnect it, and then I'm gonna try to reach down here and undo the feed line, because the clamp on there is so much easier to access than the one below. Or at least the one below is easy to access, it's finicky. Okay, that wasn't the most graceful, but it's out. Let's see if I can do this and hold the camera at the same time. So we just want to pop this ring loose. Okay, that came off really easy. I'm starting to think it wasn't sealed all the way, and that's why the check engine light came on for the purge valve. So basically it was reading there was a leak in the purge valve, and that's probably why. I don't think I had this tight. Not nearly enough. Okay, now as to why this fuel pump is loud, it could be just because it's an aftermarket fuel pump, or maybe I installed it wrong. Apparently these have, when you install it, they kind of like click and lock into place. I don't really know if I did, because you know, I've done a couple fuel pumps before, but they're all GM cars, and GM cars don't have that click into place. So let's take it out, let's see, and just put it back in and see what happens. Okay, so I got it out. It came out really easy. Now I just gotta fish it out with the fuel float sensor. There we go. Let the gas drain. And then once it's out, I'll show you the little seat that these sit into, and it's supposed to like click into place and get solid. Okay, so this is the inside of the tank. You see this plastic ring, and it looks like it drops in, and then you turn it one way and it will click into place. Guess that's just, I didn't do it all the way. One side was good, but I don't think it fully clicked. And actually, one of the little indent that you see at the bottom looks like that lines up with this little indent. If I'm just looking at like a eyeballing it. I mean, either way, you know, the feed line goes this way, and the sensor was over here, so it lines up something like that, and it kind of like rotates and locks in place. And I'll show you once I go to do it. But before I put the tank back in, I want to empty all the gas, so it's a lot easier to manage, and I don't have to risk fuel pouring on me. Alright, so after some time, I took apart my old fuel pump because I still had it, and I was just looking at the base and of how it kind of locks in place. So it doesn't really click in place like I was thinking. There's this little tab here that you line it up and it drops down, and then that's about it. And then you can kind of turn it just a little bit, but there's no like ridge for it to hide into. So it just kind of snugs up against the little plastic tab. What really happens is that plastic housing down there has little tabs on both sides that kind of lock over. So really what you're trying to do is press it down as far as you can so the tabs can click onto the housing of the fuel pump. It's not really that secure, but I don't know. I think I got it better. And then this time there wasn't so much tension on the neck of it. So I think I had it lined up much better this time. And then I also knocked the ring a little further this time, so it's in there. There's no way it's leaking. And the O-ring seal is like nice and fresh, so I'm happy with this. Alright, got it all back together. So far, so good. Let's hear it start up and see if we hear that annoying fuel pump anymore. I also clear the codes, so it might run a little rough on the first start, but that's okay. Alright, got the car all back together, it's running, and honestly it sounds about the same. So I'm just gonna put it down to this aftermarket fuel pump is just, you know, not good quality, so it sounds noisy. I mean, it works, so we'll just see how long this one lasts. This is like the Amazon one, and this car has the California emissions, you know, funny enough. Alright, so thank you for watching. We pulled the gas tank out, put the fuel pump, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.